really important to have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this degen?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss.
Really, at the end of the day, it's just the matter of a macro market. It's just what happens.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom, so we can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to this year's special episode of the Degen Roundtable. You guys got Campfire Stories with Will tonight. I'm rolling solo. We're going to go through a little bit of the crypto news for the week, and I got a little bit of a fun and fantastic vibe here to share with you guys. So before we go too much farther, let me see if I've got another ability to add screen share for you so we can watch a little bit of a YouTube video. I was watching some goodies and gumdrops before we went live, and oh, there we go. Look at that. We've got some Viagra boys here that we're going to listen to. We'll see how long I can go before we start getting the copyright strikes and things. But have some music while I pull up the news.
Dogs, forks, kids, drugs, boys, girls, shrimps, dogs. The whole world's trying to bring me down, but one day I'ma burn it down. I'm standing still, but it's spinning around.
This is one of my favorite bands, guys. I freaking love them. This is the Viagra Boys. That was part of their show. It's called Shrimp Sessions. That's where I got the whole idea of the Degen Roundtable little shrimpity shrimp thing. But I fucking love them. They are great. They do another really great song called Loose, or it's colloquially known as Loose. The official song is, oh man, I think it's Punk Rock Loser. But yeah, shout out to the Viagra Boys. Shout out to good vibes and excellent music and everything going on tonight. We're going to go through some of the crypto news that I've got for you here. So let me pull up my other share screen. Let's see. We've got this. Go to the window, go to Telegram, and bam, look at that. I'm already rocking and rolling here. I wish that I could edit this. Mrs. Producer, at some point, I would love to figure out the way that we can edit the camera. Oh, edit screen layout. Look at that. Bamskis. Well, I might have to do that at some point, but I'm not going to do it while we're live here. There's actually, you know what? I can. I'll just go to settings, go to layouts, go to delete this one. Oh man, this is so cool. So like, I'm not incredibly familiar with the way that producing goes here. So what I like to do is I like to figure it out as we go. Aha! Look at that. I can pull that down and pull that up. Oh, that's a little bit too small. We don't want the craziness going to be too much of an issue here. So I'll put that right there, and then I'll take those cameras. Ooh, I like that. That's a good system. Okay. Oh man, why won't it let me save it? Add item, save. Bam. Custom layout 8. We'll just do that for now. Oh, it didn't even do it. Oh wait, no, I got to click on it. There we go. Haha, look at that. So yeah, now my camera's a little bit different of a size, and the news is just a little bit different of a size as well. I wonder if I could zoom in. I can't zoom in. Well, fiddlesticks. What if man, we do it live, folks. We fucking do it live. Oh, there's a kind of sort of zoom in. Maybe if I crunch that down, and then I crunch this down. Hey. Fucking A right, boys and girls. This is how we do it. All right, sweet. So this is how we're going to go through the crypto news for tonight. I'm just going to scroll through this little Telegram channel. For those of you that don't know, this is the channel that I like to use. It is called Crypto News, t.me/crypto news. They're the ones that we rock and roll with here on this show. Big shout out to them. If you guys ever any cool news, questions, or want to see what's going on in the cryptocurrency space. Oh, nice. Lightning. It's also thunderstorming over here in Dallas. So shout out to all you baby girls, baby dogs, all of you cats and kittens and peanuts and squirrels and everyone out there. Shout out to Sami as well for putting all these crazy thoughts in my head. We're going to do a quick chat shout outs round before we go on with the show. And I suppose I should introduce myself. Hello, everybody. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Will Stevenson. I'm an iron worker that travels around the United States building TV and radio towers. In my free time, I like to talk cryptocurrency and self-improvement to degenerates such as yourselves. And now it's time to figure out who the fuck all y'all are. It's chat motherfucking shout-outs time. So without any further ado, before we jump too far into the news, I'm going to do a quick round of chat shout-outs. Look like we're joined by 3 folks that are chitting and chatting today. First off, we've got my good real-life friend, Mr. Moonmutt. Let's go, Pulse Chain, Pulse Hex, and Incentive. Good to see you, Mr. Moonmutt. Good real life friend of mine. I love you, broski. And I hope that everything is going well where you're at. And I know for a fact that all these pulse chain numbers are up. If I just go over to, I'm checking out my deck screener right now, looking at all my fancy schmancy little, oh, this is my main watch list. Look at that. So we've got Hex up on the 24-hour at 5%, sitting at 0.92. So 92% of a penny is where Hex is at. We've got Icosa at 4.5 cents. We've got Incentive at $1.90 or $1.89. The DGen Roundtable token, which you guys should not buy because it's a piece of trash, and we did it for fun, fancy jokes and stuff, is sitting at 4094. So it's actually, oh, look at that. I'm going to check out DGen Roundtable token right now. Compare it against Pulse. I think that we're above. Oh, yeah. It costs 2.3 Pulse Chain tokens or Pulse Chain coins to get 1 DRT. So DRT is higher than Pulse right now, but it's got a much lower supply. So it's a fun and fancy time. Anyways, that's enough of the chat of the tokens and things that I think are cool. Let's get back to chat shoutouts. Next up in the show, we've got Miss Amber Simon. Amber Simon says, hello to you, Miss Amber Simon. Good to see you. Glad we could have you on the show. It is wonderful to have you here today. Next up, we've got Mr. Hexagon Lost in Asia. Happy Green Day, DGens. Happy Green Day to you too, good sir. I'm not sure what Green Day is. I'm gonna have to look that up. But happy Green Day to you, Mr. Hexagon Lost in Asia. And now let's go ahead without any further ado and rock and roll on into the cryptocurrency news. It'll just be a quick little update today. We'll see how long the show lasts, and we'll rock and roll on out of here. So first up, we're starting on May 13th. This is important for you guys to realize. May 13th was Tuesday of last week. So for some reason, I guess I read all the way up to, I read up to May 12th. So that makes sense. So last thing was May 12th. We got Truth Social denying rumors of plans to launch a meme coin. That's right, because I forwarded this to my cryptocurrency. I forwarded that to my crypto predictions. So that's a funny little one right there. So we'll probably not see Truth Social launching a meme coin if they stick to their word and stick to their guns. So that's what we've got with that. Let's see what else. So next up, Coinbase institutional head of strategy says Bitcoin miners cannot produce Bitcoin as fast as the overwhelming demand. This is true. The Bitcoin miners are certainly not putting out as much Bitcoin as people are wanting to get. There is a much reduced supply in the market now, especially with the halving that happened last year. So that's something that is worth consideration. We've got some more crypto charts here. We don't care about that. Bitcoin's at $103. Again, this is May 13th. This is on Tuesday at 4:15 in the morning over in Central Time, over in Texas, where I'm at. So pay that no attention. Those prices are not up to date. By the way, shout out to Club Cacao down in El Salvador. These cats are awesome. Every time I go down there to visit El Salvador, we swing by Club Cacao. So next up, we've got NASDAQ listed to GD Culture Group to sell up to $300 million worth of shares to buy Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. Curve Finance hit by a DNS record attack, warns users to avoid main site. That's right. We had Mr. Richard Hart hopped on Twitter, by the way, and said, hey guys, watch out for the front end because we've been breached and there is no longer... Richard warned that the Curve front end is compromised, so don't use it. For those of you guys that don't know, Curve is a stablecoin issuing, not a stablecoin issuing. It's a stablecoin borrowing protocol that allows users to get stablecoins in exchange for other assets and things. So careful about that. Let's see. I think it's borrowing. Now that I mentioned it, it might be leverage. I don't fucking know. Curve's a DeFi product that exists over on Ethereum, and I know that Curve and Balancer are what the 2fucks is based off of, is a sort of fork of 2fucks. So it's some sort of protocol that exists on Ethereum. So stay away from it, I suppose. Next up, we've got Robinhood acquires Canada's leading crypto trading platform, WonderFi. Excellent. Good to hear. I don't know if I trust Robinhood, but there you go. There's some information for you. After that, we've got Cardano support will be added to the Brave browser. Users will be able to send, receive, and exchange ADA token and native Cardano tokens right in the browser. There you guys go. That's pretty cool. So I guess there's a Brave wallet or a Brave support for Cardano. Excellent. Next up, a dormant address containing 300 Bitcoin, which is $31 million US, has just been activated after 11.1 years. That's pretty cool. We like to see the old whales moving. It's better to see them not moving, but it just shows that like the chain is not dead. So there we go. Next up, US CPI rises 2.3% year over year, while core CPI remains at 2.8 year over year. I'm not sure what that means, but good news, I guess. We've got some market overview, which we don't care about. Next up, 22,726 Ethereum worth $57 million is transferred from an unknown wallet to Coinbase Institutional. That's funny. That guy's going to be making a lot of money. We'll give you a little surprise there, or a little what do you call that emoji? A little party hat emoji. Next up, we've got Binance Real World Assets Securitize announced that they have added tokenized real assets to the BNB chain. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure I care, but there you go. Next, we got Redstone to provide Oracle infrastructure for VanEck's first tokenized treasury fund. Don't know what that means. Cool beans. We've got another chart here that doesn't matter because, again, guys, remember this is May 13th at just before noon. Next up, the Thailand government to raise $150 million from the public via crypto token. Ooh. Oh, man. Imagine that. Your fucking government goes and raises money to launch a token. I hope they don't rug pull their citizens. Not quote and reply. I want to copy that. I'm going to actually look into this one because this is pretty interesting. I wonder if the government rug pulled their own citizens. That would be fucking hilarious. All right, let's see. Thailand's Ministry of Finance is progressing with plans to issue 5 million baht government digital bond within 2 months. Finance Minister Pichai Chunghavahira announced Tuesday. That's interesting. So they're issuing 5 million baht. Wow, the G token within 2 months. Oh, that's so... I wonder what they're going to be doing with that. So the way that the other article reads is that it sounds like... Man, okay. So I'm going to read this to you guys from CoinDesk. So the Thai government issues $150 million worth of digital investment tokens. It's meant to test the market, he said on Tuesday in a briefing. All right. Thailand's Minister of Finance issues a digital token and investors will earn higher returns than bank deposits, Finance Minister said at a briefing. They're issuing a bunch of money to raise, or within 2 months, to raise funds from the public. Man, I don't know if I like that. Originally reported by Bloomberg is what CoinDesk says. So I'm not too worried about it. But that's an interesting little factoid there. So if you live in Thailand, be aware. There's some bot news going on. All right, let's see what's next. The SEC delays decision for Grayscale's spot Solana ETF. That's fucking ridiculous. Well, the SEC, they can't be perfect all the time. And, Solana ETF, it's inevitable. It's only a matter of time before, and Grayscale's kind of like the first movers when it comes to all the ETFs and all of the futures and all of everything. So shout out to everyone that's got Grayscale stuff. I think that you guys are probably making money or you're losing money. I don't entirely know, but sounds like good news. Next up, the SEC acknowledges filing for 21 shares spot Dogecoin ETF. So that's fucking hilarious. So the SEC says, hey, we can get a spot Doge ETF, but you can't get a fucking spot Solana ETF. So that's fucking hilarious. Oh, wait, no, they acknowledge filing. Just kidding. They acknowledged filing. It did not get approved, but it's been acknowledged. So that's funny. That's awesome. We'll give you guys a little thumbs up. Good job, SEC. We've got some more random coins we don't care about. And we've got a Bitwise warning about demand outstrips from exchange supply, signaling potential liquidity squeeze. I don't know what that means. I'll give it a thumbs up. We've got crypto asset performance from 2020 to 2024. First up, oh man, I'm not even going to bother reading that. That's just a bunch of numbers. But Bitwise CIO bullish on altcoins. He says, when it comes to crypto assets, Bitcoin is king, but history suggests investors would benefit from owning a basket of them. So yeah, it looks like they've got Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. So Bitcoin's green, Solana's purple, Ethereum is gray, and Chainlink is blue. So those are the tokeny tokens that are interesting from, this is 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. So, oh, excuse me. Looks like Bitcoin is king in 2024 with 120%. Solana is sitting at 85, Ethereum 48, and Chainlink 32. These are interesting numbers, but I'm not sure it exactly matters. So we will see. We will see. Looks like we got another couple of folks showing up in the chats as well. Shout out to you guys. We've got Mr. Large saying, "What's up, Will? What's up, Large? Good to see you, broski. Glad that we could have you with us today." And then also Mr. Kenturian 54X. What's up, amigo? What is up? Shout out to Kenturian 54X. He's our dungeon master for the Degens, the Dungeons and Degens D&D team, and we had a fucking awesome time last night. There was a lot of chit-chatting going on between all of us, the players, and a whole bunch of religiously fervent cultists. It was very interesting and amusing watching our paladin just freaking chill out. Oh, and it looks like we've also been joined by Mr. Agent J. Got room for one more? We've got time before dinner. LOL. Yeah, absolutely, Agent J. Why don't you hop on in here? I will send you the invite link, which for some reason I didn't think to send out to the team. Ooh, I got to take down my screen share. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you will stand by for 1 minute, I'm going to, let's see, how do we, oh, wow, that's interesting. Aha, there we go. Boom, look at that. We do got time for one more, Mr. Agent J. While the screen share is down, I can send you this linkety link. Bam, lamb. And just go over there and find the Agent J. Bam. All right, sending it to you in Telegram, sir. You should have it now, and you will hear this 7 seconds after I've actually said it. So there you go. There's your little invite link. I'm gonna have to figure out how to add more cameras. Oh goodness. Add item, camera slot. Bam. Look at that. Why is it not identical to my camera slot? Oh well, I suppose we'll see. Ooh. That makes me very, very small. I know that we have a camera slot that's already discard changes. We do have a camera slot for 2 people. I don't know where it's at. We're doing this all live, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the chat shoutouts, we've got US Crypto Boogie. What's up, Will? What's up, Boogie? It's good to see you, broski. Glad that we could have you on the show as well. Shout out to Crypto Boogie, always sending me fantastic memes on Instagram. Fucking love it, dog. Fucking love it. Ooh, and we've also got Mr. Moonpilled Rational Optics. All by your lonesome tonight. LOL. I am not by my lonesome. In fact, I am joined by none other than Mr. Agent J, who people can't see because I haven't set up the screen right. There we go.
What up, gang? Howdy, sir.
Oh, I am doing fantastic. I'm actually doing quite fantastic. I ended my 5-day fast today. Had just like
Shit.
a bunch of healthy food. It's such an interesting feeling when you finally eat after not eating for such a long period of time. It was
So, give me the rundown, man. What did you feel during the fast? Any noticeable differences in like sleep quality, energy, workouts, and then how you
sleep
feel it now
quality
after getting some food?
Yeah, so sleep quality was down the tube. That was one of the first things to go, which I didn't anticipate. That wasn't so much of a problem for a 3-day and like 1-day fasts, but yeah, it was not comfortable. I will say that. Energy wise, energy was down, especially on, and it just got worse for day 3, 4, and 5. I was pretty good, decent on day 1 and 2. I was doing some work with my buddy Marco over at his car shop on those days. So that wasn't so bad. But like yesterday, I was having trouble, not like trouble, but it was like, oh man, I feel like I've been working out and doing leg day for like a week when I was going up and down the stairs at Alan's house. So it was like, oh man, this is ridiculous. So, apologies to, and I noticed as well, and this isn't something that I particularly paid too much attention to, but I got a lot of feedback from a lot of people that I was much less tolerable. I was much more quiet. I was a lot less talkative and all of those things during the fast. So apologies for everyone that got to see a a less than optimal version of me, but it's just like when you don't have energy, you don't have energy. And when you're not consuming it, then it depletes something else. So that was something that I thought was that's I think a big reason I don't think I'm going to do this again unless I like isolate myself from everybody in the world, because I don't want to be an annoying person to hang out or chit chat with or do whatever. And that was something that I got a lot of feedback from while I was fasting. It's like, man, you're just not very talkative. Like we normally have great phone calls and stuff, and you're just kind of like agreeing with the stuff that I'm saying and not put any effort into it. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any thoughts right now, and it's just kind of like I'm just existing. And so it was a really weird. It's really weird mentally, but everything else, it just kind of like it slowly tapers down as you go through the fast. It's totally doable. Everybody can probably do it. It's very uncomfortable, and it mostly fucks with your head. It's all in your head. So once you get past that, then it's all okay. And I've also noticed that my cheeks are like much more like indented inside my face. They're not as I don't have as much like chubby cheeks or anything, but looking much more sallow today on day 5. But I broke the fast, taking some supplements and stuff, and then drinking a little bit of chicken broth. And then after that, I just had some like hamburger meat and cheese and butter and freshly baked bread from a local place here in Dallas. So that's the general the general up-to-date-ness of my fasting experience. Have you done?
It seems like a lot of, well, it seems like most of those were negatives. Any particular benefits? Focus, mental acuity.
Yeah, so mental acuity is way up on day 1, 2, and 3. I think with energy being down on 4 and 5, I was nowhere near as like sharp. And that might just be and I wasn't doing any supplements or any other things. It was literally just like drinking water, having some salt in the morning, coffee, and that was it. And sometimes decaffeinated tea, but like frickin' just about nothing. But that was my fasting experience, man. Some of the positives that came out of it is like you really get to learn a human being's limits, and like what we think is like, oh my God, and it's an emergency, I have to go get food right now. And it's like, no, you really don't. You really don't. You can learn a lot about what your actual limits are versus like what your brain tells you. This is one of the things that David Goggins talks about. So shout out to David Goggins. He always says that people like quit when they're at the 40% mark. It's like, nah, bro, you can go on way longer than that. And it's true in the world of eating as well. Like you really don't need to eat any more than once a day. You can totally get by doing that. You will probably get hangry and stuff, but like as far as going for a long time without eating, it's like, yeah, that's certainly possible. It's a confidence exercise. So you get to reinstill the idea that things are not as difficult as you think that they are. So that was kind of nice. That was my favorite part.
You mentioned Goggins about how he says that most people quit when they're at the 40% mark. We can actually quantify that.
Yeah.
We've done it in the gym.
Yep.
So we do these things called max repetition tests, and this has been observed plenty of times in the literature. It's super interesting, where you'll ask a group of beginners, usually done in beginners, because intermediates to advanced, they usually know, like if you ask them like, hey, I need you to do this weight, how many reps do you think you can do, they'll give you a pretty accurate representation. But for most
people, in the know-how, right?
Yeah. But for most people, they're like, hey, I need you to do this weight. How many reps do you think you could do? And they're like, I think I could do like 10. And what they found out is most people never come close. And when I say come close, I mean like I don't mean that they reach failure at 10. It's like they can double, triple, quadruple the amount of repetitions.
Yep.
So most people can do a lot more than they think they can. So I thought that was an interesting little observation during your experience fasting. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've done that stuff in the gym as well. Like I've put up weight and then like rep to failure, like to the point where it's like not quite passing out, but like veins bulging out of the side of my head, and all that stuff. And it's not really something that I'm super duper into, going to the gym and doing that kind of stuff. But I have tested the actual limits before, and it's like, oh shit, I thought I could do like 5 of these toe raises with like all of this crazy weight, and it turns out like I'm freaking like. I'm not chilling at 30, but like I'm at 30 and like I'm not dying right now. So that's one of those interesting things that I think people should test their limits more often. That's something I think that folks would benefit from.
Yeah.
Really like
it's
seeing what you're made of,
it's hard nowadays though, because we live in such comfort and luxury.
Yeah. Like we don't have to.
Yeah.
So well, cool beans. What's new and exciting with you, broski? I heard I can't remember what it was that you said that you were doing. You're not part of moving. Zenith is moving right now, right?
No, Zenith is moving.
Yeah, that's right.
Going out to dinner, celebrating the in-laws, their progress, and the wife and my father-in-law Kevin actually went and they had a father-daughter day, and they got tattoos. So my dad, my father-in-law is former military. Army and U.S. Air Force. He got the U.S. Air Force brand on his shoulder, and
excellent.
then the wife, she's very close with her parents. So what she got her, they had Kevin do a mold of his hand with all of his like fingerprints and everything, and she had that on her left shoulder, and she's gonna get Teresa's on her right shoulder. So like
that's cool.
Kind of representation of like her parents are always gonna be there to support her. No matter where she goes in life. So I'm like, yes, those are good tattoos. They're tasteful.
Those are great. Yeah, those are good, tasteful tattoos. I like that.
Yeah.
The parents holding you up and supporting you everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like
that. I also, same shit, different day, man.
Same shit, different day, baby. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Did you want to rock and roll with TA at any point? I'm just kind of cruising through the weekly news and seeing what's up. You can join me on my excursion through that. And other than that, we've got a couple more chat shout outs I'm going to rock and roll through. Let's see what we've got. Oh, dang it. Where was I? Okay. Oh, looks like Miss Cassie Kelly has joined us. Shout out to Cassie Kelly. She says, hey guys, hello, right to you, ma'am. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We've also, Boogie is commenting on the fasting thing. Yes, the fasting is off the chain, man. I do it all the time. Yes. I think that, probably the best fasting to do is either 1 day or 2 day for me. This is the thing that I'm learning. 1 day I can probably do way more often and have way better energy, way better like mental acuity. So it's good to see you. Good to see you, Boogie. Next up, we've got Mr. M Rock Jockey. Good evening, gents. Good evening to you, sir. Glad that we could have you with us as well. And yes, Cass, nice background. I've been wiggling my way through doing the producing and stuff today. So that's what we've got for that. All right. Let's see. We're going to rock and roll on right back to this cryptocurrency news. Oh, that's hang on. I got to take that down. Yeah. I'm glad I don't have any doxing information up on my Telegram because that would not be good. Okay. So we're going to go back to the news stuff. So let's see. We've got, crypto asset performance 2020 all the way up through 2024. And this shows a lot of the stuffsies that was going on with the main big one being, Bitcoin. And
can you blow it up, Will? Let's see what the heat map looks like for the
I have to change the screen here. So StreamYard is showing in a different window. Yes, I'm aware of that. Stop screen, present, share screen, window. There we go. All right, media viewer. Bam, balam. All right, so, oh, wow, that's fucking helpful. Let me see if I minimize this. Aha, I will maximize that. Okay, so this is the Bitwise asset management. So this is just like the performance that they got throughout the year. So 2020, we got a 500% return from Chainlink. We got 480% return on Ethereum, 300% return on Bitcoin. And then Solana was a 10,000 in 2021. Ethereum was a 400 just about. Chainlink was 70, Bitcoin was 57. 2022, we're looking at Bitcoin rocking in at 64, Ethereum 67, Chainlink 71, Solana 94. So Solana's still the main player for basically all of 21, 22, 23, and it's only getting outshined by Bitcoin here in 24. The Bitcoin Solana ratio is finally starting to flip the other direction, or has flipped the other direction, because we're in 2025 right now. But
yes, sir.
yeah, like these are the numbers for all the different years, right? So Solana's, I don't know why they didn't like organize them by most bestest on top, and the other just kind of threw them all over the place. But yeah, it's interesting, man. Solana blew it out of the water in 2021. That is quite wonderful. I'm sure everyone knows already, though. Do you have any thoughts on this?
2025 is going to be interesting. Interesting because it seems like it's still Bitcoin season.
Yeah.
And even though we are starting to see dominance come back down, it's back up to 64% again today. The ETH Bitcoin ratio is looking much healthier, and it seems like we found a bottom. So let's see what happens within the next 6 months or so, and see if we can't, for the year of 2025, see if we can't knock off Bitcoin and Solana off of this chart, and maybe put some other large caps up there. See what XRP can do, what Cardano can do, what Doge can do. Because if they're just pulling from the top 20, I think the top 20, it'll be a different story for 2025.
Yeah, XRP, they got like a 6x so far. I think they're probably leading as far as the top 20. Just off the cuff, off the top of my head, I know that they got that. Well, that was back in 24 actually, but I don't know if Bitwise had any XRP.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to take this down, and then God bless America. I don't care about that. Share screen, stop the screen, then present the other one. Look at that window. Telegram. Bam. There we go. So we're going to roll back on over to here. And then continue on scrolling. So let's see. Fear and Greed Index. Again, guys, this is May 14th. So this is not today, but it was at 73 earlier the week. I will say that the Fear and Greed has been quite high for a long time. Then we got this fucking meme over here of like the difference between women and men in the couples in their cryptocurrency experience. You got the women, it's like, this is your Bitcoin, it's trash. And it's like, it's our Bitcoin when it's up. It's like, yeah, bro. Expect that sort of behavior from people that are intimately intertwined in your life.
It's like when somebody wins the lottery, suddenly all the family members that you thought didn't exist, suddenly they exist, and suddenly they know about you.
Yeah. And then everybody wants to do something. So this is funny. I am amused by this meme. So shout out to crypto memes. This is a different. Occasionally, crypto news will post the crypto meme stuff, and it's always a good time. So we're gonna hide that pinned message and then keep on scrolling. So let's see. One-click swap. I like that. Now live on the Uniswap web app. So Uniswap has enabled streamlined one-click swaps for smart wallets with the EIP 5792 support, reducing gas costs and transaction time. So now you don't have to do 2 transactions. So watch what you're doing on Uniswap. This is one of those things. It's like, it's faster, it's more dangerous. You can do more things with it, and you can fuck yourself up way more easily if you don't pay attention. So
and interesting that they mentioned that this was for smart wallets. I think smart wallets are not going to be for people who are DeFi native regardless. I think people that are DeFi native are probably going to not mind having to click through confirmations, sign transactions, double check things. So this is more of a quality of life improvement for the people that don't want to have to deal with all that stuff anyway. And I just hope that they accept the risk that comes with it, because smart wallets have a bigger attack surface. I would say personally than if you were a DeFi native using a hot wallet or a cold wallet. So
yep. Can you do a quick description of what a smart wallet is for the folks at home that are relatively new to crypto? Or like what their difference is between
I know that smart wallets
that's like the wallets on the phone, right?
Yeah, don't need things like seed phrase or recovery phrase. So they're made to remove the barriers to entry that most people usually come across when engaging with stuff like a hot or a cold wallet, right? Because you have to set up the seed phrase. There's no customer support. Most smart wallets are usually associated with centralized exchanges. So not your keys.
Yes. I
Yeah.
think that's a good way to describe it. It's basically a wallet that does more for people that know less, I suppose. That'd be the way that I could put it. And yeah, it's not dangerous. It's a tool that exists. It's not necessarily for sovereign individuals. It's more for the folks that are like, it's like tricycles or training wheels for your bike. That's what I would say a smart wallet is. It's like it's a decent starting point. Once you learn it, once you master it, then you should probably move on into, taking those training wheels off your bike. So good description there. By the way, we've got some more chats from some of the folks at home. Cassie Kelly has hopped in. 1 to 2 days is a great amount. This is in reference to fasting. Don't have to worry too much with the shorter time, and it offers a ton of benefits. Yes, I absolutely agree. And then Moonpilled Rational Optics over here doesn't want to derail the conversation, bro. There is no rails. We're floating around on this in this wonderful world. But I just read something very unfortunate. We in this group have lost a friend. RP Thor is no longer with us. Damn, I am sorry to hear that. RP
That
Thor
is
was
tragic.
RP Thor was a cool cat.
Yeah, he was,
RP
man.
Thor. He was a lineman, a fellow worker in the skies. So I am sad to hear that Mr. RP Thor is no longer with us. Here's to RP Thor and all
Cheers
of
to him, man.
He's got quite a legacy on YouTube. So if you guys ever want to check him out and see what he's up to, like he was on Rule Zero a shit ton. He had a great YouTube channel. I believe that he wrote a book. I never got the opportunity to meet him, but I did have a couple conversations with him either on Twitter or no, it was while I was making the Rule Zero archive website. That's right. That's when I talked to RP Thor. But that is unfortunate to hear that RP Thor is no longer here. So shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, RP Thor. You will be missed. And man, F in the chats for RP Thor.
Lost a good one, man.
Yeah,
he promoted a lot of the kind of work that most people don't have an appreciation for anymore. So, lost a good one.
Yep, I believe he has a book on Amazon as well. I'll see if I can find that. I know that if he does have a book, then I shouted it out. But I know that I was reposting some of the content for him, and yeah, cool cat. Damn shame. Next up, we've also got Mr. Mixed Mix, aka Jay Zole. Real question: why is coffee such a shallow marketer? I don't know what you mean, but coffee is a fantastic marketer.
Yeah, Mr. Mixed Mix.
Yeah,
you'd have to give us a bit more context. Shallow in what way? Because to me, the quotations around marketer doesn't make sense because that would imply like some ambiguity, but he is a marketer in the truest sense of the word because he's marketing pulse chain related products, Richard Hart related products, or just products within the pulse chain ecosystem. So he is a marketer in that sense. Shallow, I'm not sure. I don't consume too much of Coffee's content. I pick and choose the things that I consume every now and then when a headline catches my interest. So couldn't really tell you if he's shallow or not as a marketer. I just know he promotes the things that he likes.
Yep. I would wholly disagree with the word shallow. I will say that Coffee is probably one of the most prolific video content creating guys, like second only to Sami. Coffee does a fantastic job making very easily explainable shorts for people to understand the how-tos and the basics of crypto. Coffee does a fantastic job. I don't know if I would say that shallow is probably conjecture. So whatever your opinion is, I don't share it. So I can't argue with or against it. But I would just say that Coffee is a good marketer because he's out there doing work, getting things done, putting videos in front of people. He's great with shorts. He's great with clips. He's great with all of the content that is what the market really likes to see. So shout out to Coffee.
He follows up. He says, "Prolific does not imply effective call to." That is true, right? Just because somebody's putting out a ton of videos doesn't mean that it's an effective call to action. You could probably find a ton of different YouTube videos, not just within crypto, right? Pick a subject. A lot of people create a lot of content, but they don't necessarily get the engagement, the views, or like Mr. Mix says here, the call to action. That may be true. But then again, it's like you got to do something, right? Would you rather just sit in your hands and not do anything and
I
not
will
promote the products
say,
that you like? You know what I'm saying?
I will
Right?
say, Coffee does a lot of good work and he gets a lot of results. And there's a lot of people that go into a lot of people that enter into Pulse Chain and into Hex because of Matt, because of Crypto Coffee. He's a great dude doing great work. And you know, if you have some suggestions for him, I would suggest bringing them straight to him rather than trying to come over here in the DGen Roundtable and say like, "Hey guys, what's up with that Matt fella?" So you know, he's an awesome dude. He's doing great stuff. Like nobody is perfect in the space, but going to another place and asking why, like if we're person A, B, and C, and you're asking why person X, Y, and Z is not good enough, then it's like, I don't fucking know, man. I don't think about that sort of stuff. You go give him your reasons, and perhaps he's open to feedback. Perhaps he's not. I don't fucking know, but I'm not here to.
Yeah, brother. Let me give you a bit of unsolicited advice or knowledge, I guess, that you might not know. But those of us who are like highly focused on creating content, like I don't know if you catch a lot of our streams or you catch a lot of the work that we do in a Telegram, but we are so busy creating content for our community, trying to help people as much as possible that like I don't watch a lot of Coffee's content. I don't watch a lot of Sami's content. I don't do that because I don't like them or I think they're terrible. I just don't have the bandwidth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't have the bandwidth, right? I run 2 businesses. We run like we run the Telegram. We have a YouTube channel. It's like we just don't have the bandwidth to engage in everybody's content. So
yeah, for real. No disrespect or nothing to anybody, but like literally the only content creator that I watch is for anything cryptocurrency is Sami. Like I've fell off the bandwagon for so many other ones. Like man, what's that? There's a oh, here we go. It's right there in the Telegram thing. Let me pull that up. So this other, nope, not that one. There we go. This one, the pulsetube.com. They used to do live stream notifications when people would go live. They're currently integrating the new system. Shout out to these guys, by the way. They do freaking awesome, but they'll tell you when any like look, here's us right now. The DGen Roundtable. This was April 13th. When we were talking about the new SEC chair, you know, they talk about when Miguel goes live, dollar cost crypto. They've got a list of like, I want to say it's 100 or 200 like Pulse Chain creators and people that stream about Hex. You know, Crypto Black Sheep. Shout out to the DGen Protocol fellas. DeFi Truth by Conrad Zen. These guys will shout out. You know, What the Hex is live. The not the Polish but the Czech. They have like a Czechoslovakian show over on the Discord syndicate. Yeah. Nedelna Klaskia. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but yeah, dude, they like Pulse Ray Vision, Hexfire, like these guys would Jim Rat Crypto's back. Like there's a lot of folks that this little YouTube channel, the pulsetube.com, that they would bring up. So like when I have time and I'm rocking and rolling and I want to see a live stream, I'll go click on some random things here. But basically the only one I listen to on the regular is Sami. And I know that Matt does a fantastic job just putting out tons and tons and tons of updated information on how people go out and use things on Pulse Chain, how to set up a MetaMask, how to use the bridge, how to go and swap on PulseX. He just keeps cranking out all of these how-to videos that just gets more and more in depth. And they keep like getting the new people that are like just hopping onto YouTube and being like, man, how do I cryptocurrency? And then fucking boom, Crypto Coffee pops up because he just put out a video recently on how to create a Coinbase account, how to get on MetaMask. Like he basically teaches people. He's a super duper great educator. You know, that's something that I know that you guys are looking to do over on Walk the Block here in the near future is get some more education rocking and rolling. But like a lot of the folks streaming in the Hexaco space are not focused quite so much on the entry level education, and so we don't see a whole lot of that. But Coffee is basically the main one. So shout out to Coffee. That's all that I've got, I think, on Crypto Coffee. Yeah, we've got Large over here saying Crypto Coffee is solid. I agree. Hung out with him in real life a couple times. He's a fun dude. We've also got Mr. Marcus 72. Shout out to you, broski. RIP to Thor. Yes, indeed. Shout out to the man. And then Moonpilled Rational Optics. He did put up the book title. a dominant masculine presence by RP Thor. Yes, I remember. Yeah, because I had posted that up on stories when he put it in the little oh, what was it? What chat was it? It was a Telegram chat about all the products that all the guys on Rule Zero were making. So yep, shout out to RP Thor, shout out to Moonbuild Rational Optics. That's the name of his book if y'all want to go check it out. We've also got joining us tonight, we've got Miss Tam Tam saying, "What's up, fam? What is up, Tam Tam? Good to see the #1 cheerleader and Hexkin Pulse Chain Lady Army leader that we got over here." So that's what we got. Ah, yes. And he thought that I thought y'all wet smart. So yes, we wet smart very, very much. We wet very smart. So
no, sir. We are the only thing that we are very certain of here at the DGen Roundtable is that we don't know everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We might know some things, but we don't know everything, man. We only know what we know.
Exactly. And that's why we're over here reading you guys the news and checking out the stuff. Like we all live in our own little world of expertise. My expertise happens to be like high autism levels of how people interact with each other. That's the thing that I'm good at is hanging out with people. The thing that Jay's good at is like the technical analysis and building furniture and working out. And, you know, like we've all got our little realms that we work in, and Coffee's happens to be the thing that he streams about. So shout out to Coffee. Shout out to everyone. We're going to go ahead and head back on into the news. Let's take a look at this. We've got Jim Cramer saying that I can't believe some people on the internet think Bitcoin is going to go for $200,000 this year. It's not going to happen. It's just not. So there you guys go, ladies and gentlemen. Part of me wonders, like, does he know that he's a meme? I'm pretty sure he knows.
I'm pretty sure he knows it, and he probably leans into it. I think he should definitely lean into it.
Yeah,
right.
He is.
People are talking about you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it fucking works though, right? Like, he should totally lean into it. But yeah, so here it is, guys. You heard it confirmed from Jim Cramer. Bitcoin is definitely going to do in this year.
I do think that 200 is certainly on the higher end of predictions. Certainly possible, but it's definitely on the higher end. But you guys know me. I take things level by level. Let's cross new all-time highs first, and then let's talk about 115, 120, 125. And then when we're like at around $190,000, then we could maybe start talking about 200,000 as a higher probability scenario for this year. But let's take it level by level, shall we?
I agree. Level by level. We're going to see what Bitcoin does when it does it. And it's going to surprise us a lot of the time, unless you're tracking the data and you have your bullish and your bearish scenarios. Shout out, by the way, to Agent J doing his super duper cool streams. Y'all should check him out over on the DGen Roundtable, t.me/DRT. Join now. He streams so often in the mornings, and we put up some excellent content. I take some notes, and life is good. But that's what's going on with that. Let's see. Oh, we've also got Mr. Paul Sachs rocking and rolling here. Jim is a boomer in his own little world. Doubt he understands crypto memes or inverse oracles.
Maybe he's one of those old dogs, new tricks. Even though he's using the technology, he can't be bothered learning that he's actually a bona fide meme, and he's basically immortalized in the annals of traditional financial meme space.
Yes.
Right? Because we will never forget Reverse Kramer.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to Reverse, or to the Reverse or the Inverse or whatever the hell, the Kramer guy. That's freaking. I actually learned about that on Tim Pool before I was ever like anything into cryptocurrency. I knew about Inverse Oracle Kramer God before I ever like understood what Bitcoin was. So shout out to him. Let's see what Fidelity's got to say though. Looks like Fidelity is saying if your company isn't earning 65% on invested capital, you should just buy Bitcoin. Okay. So everyone's talking about Bitcoin. I guess we're all feeling good. As the Fear and Greed was saying earlier, oh, by the way, we've switched to May 14th. So now we're at May 14th at 2 minutes after midnight. So this is where we are in the news cycle. We got 97 more articles to kind of glance over, but that's freaking funny, man. If you're not earning 65% on incentivized capital, just go buy Bitcoin, man.
Yeah, most people have liabilities, man. They don't have assets. And most people think that investing in the S&P 500 outpaces inflation. In a sense, it does, but it does not outpace the debasement of currency that is being done year by year by our own government. So the sooner you understand that, the sooner you will understand why it's important to spread out onto assets other than the S&P 500.
And I will say, I'll give a shout out to Aaron Clary here, also over on Rule Zero. One of the things that he talks about I think it's Enjoy the Decline, but it could be Bachelor Pad Economics, is one of his books that we covered on the DGen Roundtable. He talks about the S&P 500. The only reason that it works is because it's got a guaranteed like 401k investment of like $50 million every single month. And so as more and more young people realize that the 401k system is bullshit, they're going to stop investing in it. And then that number is going to go down. And then the S&P 500 constantly climbing is going to stop. And you're going to have all these people retiring. They're like, what the heck's going on? And they're going to pull more money out, which will cause even less of the DCA going on. So and I think Sami talks about this too, but like the only reason that the S&P 500 does well, or like one of the main big reasons, is because it's got a $50 million DCA happening twice a month for everybody when they get paid. So it's like there's a shit ton of money that's going into this very specific group of companies that's just an auto buy, because most people working most jobs are like, oh yeah, 401k is a cool thing. That gets me lots of returns and blah, blah, and they give their money to these hedge fund managers. And then those guys go and they basically buy up the S&P 500. So it's like, it's a Ponzi just like everything else, but it's a Ponzi that's working for now. And who knows how long it's going to continue to work. So yeah, I totally agree with you, Jay. I don't think that the S&P 500 like beats inflation plus the devaluation of money. So it's just not effective. So yeah, you're better off buying Bitcoin with your 10% of savings that is allocated toward wealth, building, to take a page out of the Richest Man in Babylon book. Shout out to that book. That's a great book. We should recover that on the DGen Roundtable Book Club.
Either Bitcoin or invest in yourself. Create a business that's scalable. Scalable is the thing. Right. That's why a lot of people like to go into software, because software is easily scalable. Create an app, sell it in the App Store, sell it to hundreds of millions of people worldwide. If you create a viral application, billions of people. So
yep, solving virtual problems way more scalable than solving like IRL problems. You can definitely scale up apps. You can't scale up cooking grilled cheese sandwiches. There's only so many hours in your day, but you can definitely click copy and paste on some software way more often. So there we go. So let's see what's next we got here. We've got Ethereum co-founder, or Etherealized co-founder, a 51% on Bitcoin today would only cost $8 billion. When that amount drops to $2 billion, a 51% attack is almost certain to happen. I don't know about that.
Not too sure on the technicals here, so I can't comment on it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's going to cost a lot more than that.
Yeah. Let's see if there's a write down. Oh, there's no write down emoji.
Now,
so I will
monetary wise, this person might be accurate, but computing power wise, I don't think so.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing. The 51% attack requires so many miners and so much effort that it's like, I think all that has to happen is a couple nodes say like, no, I'm not really going to accept that. And they just fork the network. And it's like, oh, well, now we've got another problem. Again, I don't understand a whole lot of the technicals, but like, I don't think that 51% attacks on Bitcoin are like a crazy thing to be concerned about. One thing that is a concern, I think, is the cost of mining is just insurmountable to the everyday person. It's like literally only available to large companies that can afford relocation to cold climates and buying a whole bunch of bulk products from like one or two distributors that make all of the mining equipment. It's like, it's not really good for the common man. You can't do the Richard Hart thing and run an exe file on your laptop anymore. Doesn't work. So like, you can still do that with validating. You can do that on Pulse Chain. You can do that on Ethereum. Like, validating is way more everyday person than mining Bitcoin. But it's like, gauge your risks and gauge the things that you want to do. Also, you guys can go and mine Hex. That's another thing that you could do, or you could stake Hex, whatever the verbiage is these days. But we'll see. Yeah. So let's. Oh, you got a thought?
No, I was just going to say that mining is, you're correct. It's certainly becoming a lot more centralized. It reminds me of what happened to the meat and poultry companies here in the United States. They're owned by like 3 or 4, and I think the 3 or 4 are looking to combine. So talk about a monopoly, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely a monopoly, and it's like, this is kind of what happens as an item scales. It S curves out, and Bitcoin has S curved out. The capability for an individual to support the network the same way as they used to be able to is no longer the same. So like you can go and get a node. A node's cool, but it's not like you don't have the power of a miner. So
yeah, you guys will notice this every single time we pass the halving period. When you talk about the hash rate, the difficulty increases, and as the difficulty increases, you'll notice that smaller mining companies, they tend to close down.
Yep, all gone.
Yep.
Now they can no longer provide the hashing power. They have to buy the equipment. You have to pay for the electricity. Like,
very expensive.
Yeah. The only people that do it are the people that wheel and deal with electric companies and are able to get bulk equipment discounts. It's like, it's just a scaling problem. It's just a scaling problem.
And their hardware also gets phased out fairly quickly, at least from what I've heard. So
yeah, that's the other thing is like you got 4 years of using that ASIC, maybe until it's obsolete and everyone else is doing the better mining. So like I'm curious to see where Bitcoin takes it, but we'll continue moving on with the news in the meantime. We've got Coinbase Assets is adding Cardano, Doge, Litecoin, and XRP on the Base network. So that's pretty cool. I don't think that means a whole lot, but it's good to see. So now you can get those things on Base. So nifty. Big shout out to all you guys that are invested in Base. Crypto total market cap claims $3.5 trillion for the first time since February 2nd, 2025. So that's good to see. Good to see that we're doing a little bit better over there. February 2nd, 2025. I can't remember what was significant about that date. But I don't know. Is there something prominent there that I'm missing, Jay? Or is that just another day?
Let's give it a quick once over. What happened in February 2nd of 2025? I know that we were still at a high valuation around February. Yep. February, what is it? February
2nd, 2025.
2nd? Yeah, we were still a pretty high valuation there. We were hovering around 101.5K for Bitcoin. And that was just about a month before we actually collapsed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So, yeah.
So since then, Bitcoin has dominated more and altcoins have shrunk down less, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, one more time.
We're so like since February 2nd of this year, altcoin value has shrunk down and Bitcoin value has grown.
Yeah, Bitcoin dominance has been on a new all-time high tier. Yep. Until quite literally just a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So there you guys go. If you have a time machine and you can go back and be like, should I buy meme coins? Should I buy Bitcoin? Like, there's your answer right there.
Yeah.
So on the subject of Bitcoin, we've got Jack Mallers 21 Capital is acquiring 4,812 Bitcoin for just about $500,000. So shout out to 21 Capital going and buying our bags, pumping it up. It's good to see.
Gotta like Jack, man. That guy is an absolute unit. Young dude, way younger than me. Way younger than me.
How old is Jack Mallers?
The guy does not sleep. He's like in his mid-20s, I think.
Holy smokes. Good for him.
Mid-20s, I think. I think 21 Capital is his second crypto company, and he's actually providing Bitcoin-backed loans. To people, right? So he's
nice.
allowing people the ability to access the capital from their Bitcoin without having to sell, which is great if you know how to use that.
Yeah, it's leverage
properly.
Be careful.
And that's probably why he bought all of that Bitcoin. So yeah, man, he doesn't have anything besides Bitcoin. At least nothing that he has enough cash reserves for responsible purposes, but everything else is in Bitcoin. Doesn't own anything else, just Bitcoin.
He walks the walk, talks the talk. I like it. Well, shout out to you, Jack. Good job providing a cool product to all the folks at home. Next up, we got some out-of-date Bitcoin charts. This is the 1 hour, so Bitcoin hit 103,000. Again, guys, remember this
Old
is
news.
May 14th. We don't care about it. CEO of CryptoQuant tweeted that all 3 major presidential candidates in South Korea support spot Bitcoin ETFs and institutional investment.
Yeah.
Cool beans. All 3 candidates. Next, we've got President Trump saying, "I'm a big crypto fan." So there you guys go.
Huge,
We'll put
huge fan.
It'll be so wonderful. So we'll put some thumbs up and hearts on that. We've also got 1 million or 1.5 million Solana, which is worth just over 275,000 or 275 million US dollars, was transferred from an unknown wallet to Kraken. So there you guys go. I think we probably know which wallet it is. We just don't know whose wallet that is or what it's doing. But yep, there you guys go. A nice big ol' exit from Solana. I would be interested to see that exact amount of money like enter into on Ethereum. That'd be funny as hell. But, you know, it is what it is. Falcon X next partners with Standard Chartered to boost crypto access for institutional investors. I don't know what that means, so I will just kind of roll right on past it.
It's a major bank. Standard Chartered. It's a major bank.
All right. Cool beans. Oh, okay. We've got some more old news about Bitcoin hitting a price. Next up, we've got Backpack has announced full integration with the Sui network, enabling users to trade, lend, and earn yields on Sui. Good. I don't really care, but there you go. If you guys are on Sui, then there's some interesting information. Now you can trade, lend, and earn yields. So be careful with leverage. We've got some more price action, but again, this is all old data, so we don't care. Next up, we got JP Morgan Chase completed the first public trading of tokenized treasury bonds using Ondo Public Ledger. I don't know much about Ondo. Jay, are you familiar with Ondo at all?
Ondo is a real world asset platform. And here's a very good case study of watch what they do and not what they say. Jamie Dimon might not have very nice things to say about Bitcoin and crypto, but JP Morgan sure loves to use the technology and they sure love to use those assets.
Yep. Watch what I say, watch what I do, not what I say. Excelente. So let's see what we've got more old data. Ooh, Brian Armstrong. Hell yeah. So Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says crypto is going to be part of everyone's 401k. Maybe. I suppose we'll see. That would certainly be cool. It would certainly be nice to see a graduation from 401k S&P 500 into 401k cryptocurrency. So that'd be nifty. I could see it happening. He reminds me of Lex Luthor so much, dude. He just looks so
Congrats to the assassin and the hitman, Mr. Brian Armstrong, for the entrance of Coinbase of Coin into the S&P 500. Good on you, sir.
Yes, so that's their public that's their publicly traded stock, right? Is Coin?
Ticker.
That's their ticker.
Yes,
yep. Yeah, fantastic. Next up, we've got Ripple meeting with the United Arab Emirates officials to discuss digital payment infrastructure and accelerating financial innovation. Cool beans. We'll see what happens.
UAE
a lot of innovation.
is making some moves, man. Remember, the UAE also promised several $1 trillion worth of investment here in the United States in technology and AI and microchips and all that good stuff.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Donald Trump had a good meeting.
I was gonna say, like some of the visuals and some of the stuff happening with that Donald Trump meeting over in Dubai, like looked freaking phenomenal. I don't know much about Dubai, but I do know that it's a fantastic and a beautiful place. So sounds like a cool place. Lots of folks with lots of money.
Yep.
Next up, we got the Ethereum Foundation launching a $1 trillion security to make wallets, smart contracts, and user experience safer, paving the way for trillions in on-chain assets. Cool beans.
Let's hope it transitions to price action.
Yep. We'll see, won't we? The Ethereum Foundation certainly has an effect on price action. Mm-hmm. Next up, we got Phantom is launching its own liquid staking token, Phantom Staked SOL, so PSOL. So there you guys go. I don't know what that means, but
that sounds naughty.
Yep. I don't know entirely what's going to happen with that, but there you go.
Basically allows you to stake Solana on Phantom. Phantom is a great wallet. I use it all the time. There is one asset that I actively trade because of its volatility, and it's on Phantom, and I trade it on Radium.
Yep. I don't know much about the Phantom wallet, but I always get it confused with a Phantom chain that is now Sonic, and it's just like, all right,
that's true.
Wallet. Yeah. But that's Phantom with an F. It's just like, man, so many things with the same brand name, and it's like, which one's going to have the bigger cultural zeitgeist effect? Yeah. Next up, though, in the news, we got Ukraine is working on legislation to establish a national strategic Bitcoin reserve, according to a report.
Wonderful. That's about time.
Yeah, I'll say good for them. I would say you guys probably got to get your fucking country under control before you start, working on like solve the level 101 problems before you try and start, dipping your toes into level 103, 105, 107. So that's my own personal take. Shout out to Ukraine. They made Sam Bankman-Fried and the FTX folks very, very rich for a short period of time there. So lots of good money transference. And I hear they got great oil CEO representatives over there. We've also got 30,000, just shy of 30,000 Ethereum, which is $77 million, was transferred from an unknown wallet to Galaxy Digital. So there you guys go. More.
It probably belongs to Mike Novogratz.
Mike Novogratz? Okay. I don't know who that is.
He's the CEO of Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Yep.
He's a multi-billionaire.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We got some more coins that we don't care about. Some more stuff. Let's see. Whales versus retail. Bitcoin inflow divergence on Binance. Since early April, Bitcoin price has been rising, but whale behavior tells a different story. Whale inflows on the 30-day has dropped from $5 billion to $3 billion, and retail inflows rose from $12 billion to $15 billion. That's interesting.
Very nice.
I guess whales are selling, which doesn't surprise me.
Man, man, it's like we're getting at the tail end of a impulsive structure, and whales tend to sell strategically at these points in time. So that's why I was like, look, we're not going to deep dive into the charts today, but you guys already know my opinion on this. Over the weekend, I did a small update, and I said we're probably going to be range bound for a while, and then we're going to get another move up. It seems like we got the move up today. We have another cycle high today on day 42.
Yep.
But on a very,
you're referring to, right?
Yeah, but on a very, very low amount of volume, and the structure is not quite impulsive yet. So we shall see, man. I am happy for higher prices, but when we make higher highs and it's on weak volume, right? It's on a Sunday pump.
Yeah.
Let's see what the week brings when the volume starts kicking in, right? Because if this thing pumps hard with a ton of volume, with bullish market structure, then I can get a bit more excited. But I am cautiously optimistic, right? Risk management.
I agree. And that's a good way to put it. It's like oh man, I just totally lost my train of thought because I was looking at
no worries. Circle back.
Yep, we're gonna circle back and keep on moving. The point is, like, whales are decreasing and retail is increasing. So do with that information what you will.
Oh, we call that the distribution phase.
Yep, the distribution phase. So make sure you guys are in the DGen Roundtable Telegram so you can listen to Agent J's.
We did some on-chain analysis of that particular thing because it's switched. There's a contrast between the distribution and accumulation phases between whales and retail. When whales distribute, it's close to tops, and retail accumulates close to tops.
Yep.
And whales accumulate close to bottoms, and retail distributes close to bottoms. We were taking a look at the on-chain data on that, and it was very sad.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way that it goes. You've got the smart people that know the game and that are in it and got a lot of money in the system. They're making the right moves. And then you've got the people that are just brand new coming in for the fun and the excitement. They're basically just giving them all their money. And that's what we hope to do in everything, is we hope to become the whales and be earning and be buying at the lows and selling at the tops. So become a whale, stop being retail. And if you do the same thing that everyone else around you is doing, odds are you're probably retail. If you're doing the thing that everyone else is not doing, you might be a whale. So we'll see here. And, just make sure you're getting the right assets or that's it. But next up, we've got Tether is launching QVAC, a decentralized AI platform that runs directly on local devices, supports peer-to-peer communication, and enables a not autonomous Bitcoin and USDC transactions via its WDK system. I don't know what that means, but
bullish Tether. It's probably good because Tether is like one of the most efficient companies in the world. They got like less than 40 employees. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. Talk about efficiency.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good, man. They're like, rumor has it, they're building a 60-story tower in San Salvador, right in the fucking capital of El Salvador, and they're going to be making the biggest building to go have their Tether headquarters down there. So we'll see what they actually do, but shout out to Tether. Next up from FinWatch, we got Trump securing $1.8 trillion in foreign investment in just 48 hours. We've got $1.2 trillion from Qatar, and Saudi Arabia is got a $600 billion deal. So there you go. Shout out to D Trizzle working the magic and getting.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Yep. Next up, we got the MetaMask co-founder said the team is still considering creating its own token. There you guys go.
Yeah.
What the fuck is MetaMask going to do with their token? We'll see.
I don't know, man. I don't know how well Linny is doing. I think that's the L1 by consensus. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Linny is the MetaMask L1.
Yeah. Not MetaMask.
Oh no, consensus.
Consensus. Yeah. But I mean, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah. Consensus is the people behind MetaMask.
Man. Yep. Okay. We've got some more charts here about Solana generating more 24-hour network revenue than all other L1 and L2 chains combined. Solana revenue is spiking up. Now, revenue is transaction fees. So ding, ding, ding. There you guys go. So it's generating transaction fees. People are more than happy to pay, transaction fees. So it seems. Next up, we got Blockstream CEO. Bitcoin could grow up to $500,000 to $1 million during the cycle. I don't care. Good job doing a price. Blockstream. People will say things to get people to do stuff. So be careful about public figures giving price targets that are hopium copium. You know, listen to your heart, guys, and do what is right for your wallet. Don't be like, oh, Blockstream CEO, he must know something and he's here to help me out with his information. No, motherfucker. He is trying to get you to buy his bags, right? Like this, and this goes for every large person that is, you know, talking the hopium copium, whether it's Michael Saylor, whether it's Blockstream CEO, whether it's Rand from crypto, whatever the fuck is. Yeah, crypto banter. That's right. Yeah. Like when people give you super duper high price targets, they're essentially like trying to get you into the cult with them, and it's a marketing technique, right? So just be mindful of people giving like crazy high price targets long way off in the future, that it's like, oh, cool story, bro. We'll see where it goes. So that's my thoughts on that. That's why you'll never catch me given price targets. So there we go. Everything's always going to go to 69,420. Next up, we got MasterCard planning to release a new Stebly coin. Planning to release new stablecoin based cards as part of its partnership with MoonPay. So that's actually pretty cool. So the more people can use stablecoins, the better. And I had this theory a long time ago that this cycle is going to be like just really super duper focused on stablecoins. And I know that this is something that Sami's been talking about for a long time as well. He calls it the stablecoin super cycle. It's like we're seeing a lot more focus going on stablecoin stuff, whether it's like, you know, DAI is getting is getting shelved and they're coming out with the new Sky coin, whether you see, you know, Tether is moving to El Salvador, whether you're seeing all like this Genius Act that's popped up that's like, hey, we got to, you know, make sure that we do legal stuff on stablecoins. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of stablecoins this cycle. So just pay attention. I like things that give people the opportunity to use the cryptocurrency in real life, because the bridge in between real life and cryptocurrency is very, very thin and very, very small. So the more things that open up that bridge, I think the better. The more transition that we have between crypto world and goods and services, like our grilled cheese sandwiches and our plumbers fixing our toilets, like the better off we are. You had a thought though, Jay?
No, I was just gonna echo the sentiment. Most of the folks already know our well, at least my personal thesis on stablecoins, right? A lot of people think that adoption is going to come in the form of people using Bitcoin for payments. Jack Dorsey famously said that if he thinks that if Bitcoin is not used as a form of payment, or as a form of peer-to-peer payment, then it's failed. I'm like, well, you don't give the government your Bitcoin. You don't give anybody else your Bitcoin, right? You keep your Bitcoin and you use the stable coins for payments. And I think stable coins are what's going to usher in the next wave of mass adoption, right? Because when retail adopts stable coins, retail is in like brick and mortar, large businesses. Once you start getting people using stable coins regularly, it's a lot easier to transition them into other cryptocurrencies because it's like, oh, it's like a stable coin, but not really. So oh, and the Genius bill is going to be coming across the floor this week. So that's the big ticket item for this week, man. Genius bill, it's a stable coin bill. So we'll see what happens.
We will see. We will see. I hope it goes nowhere. But again, I don't understand it all. I know that Richard Hart has posted some information on it, and it doesn't sound very flattering based on what I've seen. So I hope it doesn't pass in that sense. And I'm not about the government regulating things that like hinder my sovereignty. And I see the stablecoin bill as doing that based on what little I've read about it. So, again, peanut brain, diamond hand. I don't understand what's going on. I have not dove in deep into the thing, but I don't like seeing things that hamper my sovereignty. And that sounds like something that could. So there we go. Let's see what is next. Blockstream CEO, Bitcoin could. Oh, we already did that. MasterCard did that. Here's some old data that we don't care about. Arthur Hayes talking about fucking price action. Who fucking cares? But hey,
yeah, Arthur Hayes is always either turbo bullish or he's like, I'm all in cash. But I like Arthur Hayes. Is just he's always got the moon targets.
Yep, he's just like out of this world with his predictions and things. So there you go. There's some Arthur Hayes stuff. We'll give it a laugh. We'll give it a thumbs up, and we'll give it a think. Let's see what we got next. Bitcoin 2025 price predictions. Oh boy, on the subject of campfire stories, I guess here we go. So look at this. We got Standard Chartered saying 200,000, HC Wainwright 225, Cena 21st Capital between 135 and 280. Wow, that's a big fucking
range. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, Bitcoin's going to be in between $50 to $3 million. $50,000.
They want to be the most correct.
Yeah, it's like, hey, they're like, we called it. Okay, big fucking help, guys. 135 to 285, like, whoop-de fucking do. I noticed they did not put Richard Hart up here on this list of predictors, so just something to think about. BlackRock is saying 700,000, Fundstrat 250, Anthony Pomp 250, Chamath is saying 500, $500,000, Vanex saying 180K. 10x Research 122 and GFOX 150. So there you guys go. There's some price predictions. There's no here's my campfire stories. So that's just a regular fire. It's not my campfire emoji, but we'll do a think, we'll do a laugh, and we'll do a campfire emoji for that. So there you guys go. A whole fucking slew of numbers by people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about and that are trying to get you to buy the bags and or trying to protect their reputation. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. All
right. Let's do a little scroll. We got NASDAQ listed blockchain from BTCS to raise just about $60 million to buy Ethereum as part of its digital asset and validator node operations strategy. So cool. NASDAQ company is buying ETH. So there you go. More validators, more big companies doing the validating. Hey, there you go. Franklin Templeton gets approval to launch a tokenized fund in Singapore. Nifty. Sonic Labs, for all of our Sonic baby dolls out there, secures court order to liquidate Multi-Chain Foundation to recoup losses from $210 million exploit. So I don't know what Multi-Chain Foundation is, so I guess they own it.
They have a let's just say that Sonic Labs has not had a good, so in terms of their transition from Phantom to Sonic, successful, right? Yeah. They're always doing good stuff there. But the multi-chain hack and now this whole issue with the Wintermute, I think they'll be okay. Apparently the separation from Wintermute, because it's one of the largest market makers in the entire world, was amicable. A lot of people think that it's not amicable because Wintermute basically giga dumped a whole bunch of S tokens. But a lot of people are speculating that Andre wanted to separate himself, or at least Sonic, from Wintermute, because they are engaged in a lot of different shenanigans. And it was basically telling him, hey, man, we don't need your money. Go kick rocks. Take your shenanigans elsewhere. And then apparently that they got butthurt and they giga dump a whole bunch of S tokens. But that's pure speculation, right? The official releases, the separation was amicable.
There you guys go.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. All right. We've also got there's been $1 billion minted again at Tether Treasury. So shout out to Tether. They've got quite the stack of USDT in circulation. So there's more people buying cryptocurrency and more people putting money into Tether and getting more stable coins. So there we go. Next up, we've got MetaMask CEO confirms native Sol support is coming soon this month. Dun, dun, dun. So this is, let's take a look at the date. This is Thursday, May 15th. So
like native Solana support. So like, what does that mean? I can already add the Solana network onto MetaMask.
yeah. So I think that it means native is just like you don't have to put in the RPC or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
all right, that makes sense. Okay, because I was like, what?
So like we
like,
had
what?
native support on Rabby Wallet, and then they removed it. So that's
okay.
an example.
Yeah.
So like you can still put in like Pulse Chain onto Rabby Wallet. It's just no longer going to give you all the information and all the support and all the everything that they used to have. So yeah, you can add it manually, but this is basically like, hey, one more good news item for the folks that are brand new to crypto and just learning how to do MetaMask and just like trying to get to Solana. And they're like, oh, do I do it? You know, they now have to watch one less YouTube tutorial and just kind of click around. So I like it when they add native support. MetaMask, you guys should add native support to Pulse Chain. That'd be super cool. Super cool for all the MetaMask guys that are out there watching our stream. Next up, we got cyber criminals bribed and recruited group of rogue overseas support agents to steal Coinbase user data. One of the really interesting things that's been happening in respect to this is a lot of people have been calling the Coinbase data a hack. What it really is Coinbase third-party employees are being bribed for customer information. It's not so much a hack in the sense that like, you know, people are going there and like and stealing passwords and stuff. It's like, no, they're entering in through the most vulnerable position, which is the human element, right? They're going and saying, hey, employee, can I give you, you know, X, Y, and Z number of dollars or Vietnamese dong or freaking yen or whatever the hell? Can I give you X amount of money to get this privileged information? Yeah. They're bribing people and they're getting stuff. So there's a lot of people that lost.
Speaking of bribes,
yeah,
Armstrong came out and he was like, yo, these assholes ask for ransom.
Yeah.
They're trying to ransom the customer info. And Armstrong was like, fuck you guys. You know what I'm going to do? Instead of giving you guys the ransom and capitulate to terrorists, I'm going to now put a bounty on your heads. So he's like putting a bounty on these hackers' heads. Probably rallying all the white hat hackers to catch these fools.
Social engineering attack, very common on large businesses. One of the unfortunate things about the reverse bounties is that a lot of hackers anticipate the reverse bounties and then they go and like they turn in their underlings. So like if you've got a hacker hierarchy, right, and you've got like top dog organizing all these people, you know, and they don't know who he is theoretically, then like oftentimes the bounty will be like significantly less than whatever the ransom is. And they'll just be like, oh, I know that I'm not going to get the ransom. So I'm going to say a high number and then I'll collect the bounty, which often happens. So in this case, like if Armstrong gets like, if one of the higher level hacker guys that organized this thing, if they turn in all their underlings that were doing the work and they can prove on chain that all that stuff was happening, or not on chain, but like in the whatever the hell, system, then like, you know, then the person who wants the money, who's trying to get it via hacking, can still get it like via, you know, second order to order of degree sort of thing. So this happens oftentimes with ransoms and bounties and all that sort of stuff. There's actually like there's a web series that teaches people how to basically do hacking, how to do unethical hacking on purpose in order to secure the reward bounties for like teaching people how their system is flawed. There's a lot of like white hackers that like they will hack into companies. They'll be bought beforehand, you know, but it's a whole world, man. It's a whole fucking world. So I did like Brian Armstrong's video, dude. That was pretty fucking cool. He's like, yeah, so fuck you guys. I'm not paying you. And also if anyone else wants to turn these guys in, I'll pay you instead. So that's pretty awesome.
Oh, Will, I gotta get out of here. It was good hanging out with you, brother.
All right, bro, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Enjoy the rest of the stream, and I'll see you mañana. All right?
Yes, absolutely. We'll see you mañana.
Take care, gang. Bye-bye.
See ya. For the folks at home that don't know, you guys can find Agent J over at t.me/DRT. Join now. That's where all of his stuff can be found. He spends a lot of time in our Telegram over there, as well as over on the Walk the Block channel. So shout out to Agent J. Thank you for joining. And man, this thunderstorm is cool. I don't know if you guys can see the light flashing off of my face, but there's a lot of thunderstorm stuff going on today over here in Tejas. So yeah, absolutely right, Paul Sachs. Social engineering attack, very common on large businesses. And yes, there was another chat that I wanted to address. Oh yeah, so we got Mix, aka Jazale. Real question: who are you guys marketing to? We are marketing to anybody who's interested in watching. I don't have a target audience. I'm very interested in grassroots growth personally for the DGen Roundtable. This is stuff that I do anyways, much like Agent J does his technical analysis anyways. I like to hang out with people and I like to check out the news that's going on in crypto. So I just figured, well, if I'm going to be checking out the news, I might as well talk about it while I'm live on stream. And normally on Sunday show, we have a little bit more in-depth stuff. Zenith and Agent J find a little bit more fantastic and awesome articles. But like whenever they're unavailable to do a show, this is my default so that I can catch up on the cryptocurrency news for the things that are happening over the week. And, I can practice streaming and practice producing. So we started the DGen Roundtable out to kind of just sort of hang out with each other and chit chat and learn new crypto things. So at some point we realized that there's other people other than us who are participating that like to have the information as well. And so that's why we stream on YouTube. We're not looking to like do some crazy marketing and grow audiences and things. We're looking to hang out, have fun, interact with the audience that's here to listen and here to basically do the same thing. So we're not really doing a whole lot of marketing. We're just kind of some assholes on the internet talking about our feelings. So there you go. But that is the question. Yeah, I agree. We are on chain. Why have a show at all? Well, the show is because I fucking feel like it, and because we have a system that we've built that is pretty cool and that we all enjoy hanging out on. So there you go. And that's also a great way to meet people. Yep. Shout out to Crypto Boogie. We're soloing it, baby. Yep. Yes, sir. You absolutely know it. We're soloing. So shout out to Boogie. He does a lot of solo shows himself. He does a great job. So yeah, there we go. Let's hop back on into the news and see what's going on. Another thing, Jay Zolay, is being on stream and talking to people that are listening and getting very like limited feedback from chats and things gives you practice learning how to essentially like learning via brute force how to be a better orator. So if I want to learn how to speak well to lots of people, one way to do that is practice. So if you guys are interested in practicing talking to large groups of people or improving your oratory skills, improving your speech, improving your ability to form sentences on the fly and not sound like an idiot doing it, then streaming is one way to increase that. So it's both for a whole bunch of selfish reasons. And it's also because like I care a lot about the 25 of you guys that are watching right now. I don't know who all of you are. We've got, I don't know, maybe a half dozen people in the chats. So I freaking love each and every one of you guys, whether I know who you are watching, whether you're watching Ninja or whether you're commenting live. Like I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. And this is a fun thing to do. And that's why we stream. It's not to market. It's not to pump the bags. Pumping the bags is fun and it's nice, but it's not like the main reason that I stream. I stream because I enjoy it. And also like, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like the attention, but there we go. So let's see. Next up in the news, though, we've got Bitcoin-backed token YBTC comes to Sui as a BitLayer integrates its BitVM bridge to Sui network. I don't know what the fuck that means, so I'm going to laugh and I'm going to give it a heart. There we go. Oh, look at that. We can actually join the discussion, but we don't care. This just in, Coinbase discloses data breach, says customers' private data was stolen and expects 180 million to 400 million to be paid out as a compensation. So that's good that they are taking care of their customers. It's bad that they got breached. So, that is the unfortunate truth of having your assets on someone else's chain or in someone else's custody. So think of that next time you leave your money on centralized exchanges. Hopefully none of you guys got hacked, but I suppose if it did happen, then it did happen. Next up, we got Bitcoin hitting a price. We, again, don't care because this is Thursday, May 15th, and so we're not entirely concerned about that. We've next got Sonic Labs is ending its partnership with market maker Wintermute. Yep, Jay was just saying that earlier. So we've got the laughing emoji, the fire, and the thumbs up. It's a price action that's old. Next up, we've got FTX to distribute over $5 billion to creditors by May 30th or on May 30th, something like that. So there you guys go. If y'all are part of that, then excellent, excellent. I don't know if creditors means customers or if it means like active people that they owe money to or what the deal is, but it's good to see FTX is giving money back where it had fucked it all up in the past. So excellent. We love it. Next, according to CNBC, well-known short seller Jim Chanos revealed that he is aggressively shorting MicroStrategy. We're selling MicroStrategy stock and buying Bitcoin and basically buying something for $1 and selling it for $2.50. That's funny. So this is an interesting strategy. Selling MicroStrategy stock and buying Bitcoin and basically buying something for $1, selling it for $2.50. So there you go. I'm not sure how that works, but if there's a value arbitrage, then there's a value arbitrage. Excellent. Some more old news. Robinhood is now offering gold members free swaps and transfers on Solana. There you go. Watch out. I don't trust Robinhood. They stopped me from buying GME. They stopped me from buying the GameStop stock back in the day during that big apening in what was it, 2020, 2021, something. So that's my thoughts on Robinhood. I don't trust them. Let's see. Chinese public company DDC Enterprise to adopt a strategic Bitcoin reserve and plans to buy 5,000 Bitcoin. Cool beans. Pump the bags. Next up, we got the Fear and Greed Index sitting at 71. Remember, guys, this is May 15th at 7 p.m. Central Time. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern. Bitcoin hits a number, but again, that's old data. Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund, Mubadala, reported holding 8,700,000 shares of BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, worth $408 million. So that's $500 million there from Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund. Cool beans. Hong Kong police introduces CryptoTrace, an advanced tool to track Web3 crimes and strengthen security in the crypto sector. Yes, for all of you guys that don't know, Hong Kong is a very serious place, and you should be very careful when visiting there. So now they're going to start tracking your Web3 crimes and strengthening security in the crypto sector. So, and that's the Hong Kong police. That is the government agency in Hong Kong. Next up, we got Al Baraj Restaurants Group become Bahrain's first publicly listed company to adopt a Bitcoin treasury. Huzzah! Excellent work. We'll put a little heart there, and we'll also do a thumbs up for you. After that, Brazilian public company, Melius becomes first Bitcoin treasury company in the country and buys $28 million worth of Bitcoin. Good work. Pump the bags. Next up, Trump-backed World Liberty Financial just bought 3.64 million EOS with $3 million of Tether at an average price of 82 cents. Cool. I don't know what that is. Next up, the blockchain. Oh, so this is from France or maybe Russia. The blockchain group is up 1,100% over 6 months since the launch of the Bitcoin treasury strategy. I don't know if that's the Russia flag or the French flag. I want to say that's a French flag because I'm pretty sure Russia is vertical. So shout out to all the frogs out there or whatever country this flag represents. So good work. Be up. Next up, the market cap of stablecoins just on the SUI network has surpassed $1 billion, an all-time high, and that's a twofold increase in just 2 months. Excellent work, Mr. SUI. I'll give you a thumbs up. Like we were saying earlier, keep your eye on stablecoins this cycle, stablecoin super cycle. Shout out to Sami. That's his theory. He's done a lot of work into researching that. So stablecoin super cycle, you heard it over there first on SUI. They're starting to get $1 billion. I will say that the Trump World Liberty Finance backed, I think it's USD1 token. They're like the 7th largest stablecoin at maybe $3 billion, something like that. But yeah, ton of them rocking and rolling out there. Next up, we got Abraxas Capital continuing to accumulate Ethereum. Since May 7th, Abraxas Capital has withdrawn just about 300,000 Ethereum from exchanges at an average price of $2,350. So there you go. Raxis Capital doing some stuff. Next up, Google searches for Bitcoin hit 6-month lows, signaling declining retail interest despite price gains. So this kind of plays into what Agent J was saying earlier. It's like, be aware of what's happening with the retail, be aware of what's happening with the whales. So there you go. And this is a signal, it's not a definitive. Next up, Eric Trump says, everybody in the world is trying to hoard Bitcoin right now. Cool beans. A famous guy said some things. And Basel Medical Group, BMGL, announces plans to acquire $1 billion of Bitcoin. Hooray, buy the bags. Next up, let's check it out. Steak and Shake. Oh, this is fucking awesome. Fast food giant Steak and Shake is now officially accepting Bitcoin Lightning Network payments. This is fantastic news. I fucking love this. You guys can go to Steak and Shake. There's actually a Steak and Shake not far from my house right now. But this cat's over here in America. So fucking sweet. That is so cool. I'm going to forward that to the DGen Roundtable community Telegram. Let's see. We'll put that in the Campfire stories. Bam, balam. Look at that. That's fucking sweet. You know what? That's so cool. That's going in the main chat. You guys get to see it here first. Let's see. DGen Roundtable main chat. Bazinga. So there we go. Campfire stories, crypto news. That's so fucking cool. So let's see. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey supports idea of Bitcoin stock split from 21 million to 2.1 quadrillion. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. I don't care what you support, Jack. I don't think that Bitcoin's going to do the Bitcoin Cash thing or the Bitcoin Satoshi Vision thing. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see. Next up, we got JP Morgan saying that Bitcoin is likely to have more upside than gold in the second half of 2025. Cool beans. People that want you to buy their bags have said some things. After that, $5 trillion asset manager Fidelity says Bitcoin may see another all-time high before the end of this cycle. He's probably talking about the 4-year cycle, not the 60-day cycle. I don't think that Fidelity pays attention to Lucas cycles, but there you go. Again, people that are wealthy are talking about things to probably try and get you to buy their bags. After that, Galaxy Digital is in talks with the Security and Exchange Commission to tokenize its own stock and other equities, per a report. Cool. Panama City Mayor teases Bitcoin reserve plan after meeting El Salvador officials. Sweet. That'd be awesome if Panama did that stuff. I hear that Panama is a cool country. I know that Randy talks about liking it over there and that it's a cool place to go. I know there's a ton of U.S. expats over there. Make sure you guys know how to speak Spanish. So there's a ton of people over there that speak English, apparently. But yeah, that's sweet. So El Salvador and Panama leading the way in Central America. We've also got Bitcoin, or the ETH Bitcoin ratio has surged 38% from a 5-year low. So look at that tiny little green candle. There we go. Very nice. Kind of funny. We'll put the thumbs up on it. All right. Who is this lady? Political candidate Valentina Gomez purchases a meal at Steak and Shake with Bitcoin. Man, she looks angry as hell. I'm going to turn on the volume. I don't know if you guys can hear this. No. Yep. Okay. So yeah, she's speaking very forcefully. Today we have made history here at Steak and Shake. They're accepting Bitcoin. Like, look at just her mouth movement. So learn some body language from this, guys. Like, this is a very forceful and direct and like authoritative posture and eye contact. Like, you notice she's hardly blinking at all. She's pointing, and then she does a little bit of smiling. So Valentina Gomez, I want to say that she's a political candidate over in Missouri. So there you guys go. Talking about Steak and Shake. So we'll give it a thumbs up. I don't know much about her personally, but she's basically just reporting on buying stuff, using stuff. So here we go. We got a celebrity doing a thing and doing a little public appearance. Very good. Maybe not the people, but I like that there's more things that are accepting Bitcoin. Fear and Greed Index. Again, guys, old data. This is May 18th. So there you guys go. DeFi products, crypto news. Oh, we've got the GUI ratios for Ethereum. Ethereum gas fees have dropped to just 9 cents. So there you go. Again, reminder, this is on the night of May 17th over here in America. Let's see. Ethereum exchange supply drops as over 1 million Ethereum, 5.5% of total, withdrawn in the past month, signaling accumulation. So, bam. Less Ethereum Less Ethereum on the exchanges. Very nice. Starting January 1st, 2026, the United Kingdom crypto firms must collect and report detailed customer data for all trades and transfers to improve crypto tax reporting. We're going to put a laugh, we're going to put a shit, and we're going to put a clown emoji on that, because if you guys are over there in the UK, then congratulations, they're collecting all your info. You are going to be living under Big Brother's watchful eye. Shout out to 1984 and George Orwell, the book that we just covered over on DGen Book Club. Next up, Willie Woo noted that since Bitcoin's institutional adoption in 2020, the CAGR has dropped from over 100% to around 30 to 40% and continues to decline. He predicts Bitcoin long-term CAGR may stabilize around 8%. I don't know what CAGR means, so I'll just give it a thumbs up. And oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And also a clown, because I don't know any of that. Solana surpasses $90 billion market cap. Cool. Next up, we got Blum co-founder, ex-Binance executive Vladimir Smerkis arrested in Moscow on fraud charges. Oh, damn. It's hard to see. So I don't know what Blum is, but, hey, he's been arrested in Moscow. A crypto whale YOLO'd a $276 million 40x long on Bitcoin with a liquidation price locked in at $95,000. What a fucking champion. So I don't recommend leverage, guys, but man, that's what a fucking champ. 40x long. So that means that the price has to drop by like 2.5% or something like that in order for him to get like price liquidation locked at 95,000. Man, I hope you make it, bro. I hope you fucking make it. So there we go. Next up, we got Bitcoin retaking 105 and now only 3.5% from a new all-time high. Again, guys, remember, this is old news from, oh, wow, this is actually today. Look at that. We're 10 news articles away. So this was noon today over here in Central Time. Next up, we got Michael Saylor posting the digital gold rush ends on January 7th, 2035. Get your Bitcoin before there's no Bitcoin left for you. Yeah, it's not really not a lot of FOMO. So we'll say that Michael Saylor's doing a good job marketing to Bitcoin and yeah, there you go, broski. We freaking like to see it. Next up, we got S&P Global Ratings. Andrew O'Neill says Bitcoin is geopolitically neutral. We're starting to see adoption. Yes, that's the whole fucking point, good sir. Glad to see you hop on aboard the train. So let's see. Only 0.27 of the global population can own one Bitcoin each. That is correct. There's 21 million Bitcoin and there's not 21 million people. So the math does the mathing, or the math does the mathing. Very good. Let's see. Bitcoin has hit 106. Bitcoin has hit 107. Bitcoin has gone back down to 106. Bitcoin has gone to 105. And that's all the news for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Time for me to take a look at the chats and get you guys the fuck out of here so that way we can go back on about our day. So let's see. Where's my solo layout? There it is. And then go over to media assets and click on my solo background. Bam. There we go. We've got the fire tender for you guys tonight here. So let's take a look at the chats, see what we got going on, and I will send you all on your way. So we've got Moonmutt coming in with a question. Hey, Agent J, what time do your Telegram charting streams start in the mornings? I love your technical analysis. The answer to that question is Agent J generally starts between 7:45 and 8 o'clock Arizona time, right? So that's the time to consider there. Now, Arizona is currently in Pacific time because Arizona does not observe daylight savings time like the rest of the world because they're the fucking champions and they've figured out that like the whole daylight savings time is a scam. So you guys can find Agent J's TA streams over on the DGen Roundtable most weekdays starting at 8 a.m. or like 7:45 to 8 a.m. Arizona time. So whatever time it is in Arizona is the time that those streams start. For those of you guys that are in the Pacific, it's 8 a.m. For those of you guys over on Eastern time, it is 11 a.m. And in Central, it's 10 a.m. So there you guys go. Now it does change with daylight savings time, so that number will adjust and fluctuate because Agent J's in an awesome state that doesn't observe a silly law. So there you guys go. So for Central time, it would be 10 a.m. Mr. Moonmutt, 10 a.m. for us, or between 9:45 and 10 a.m. is when Agent J does his crypto streams over on the DGen Roundtable Telegram. So that being said, it is time for me. Oh, not add that to stage. I need to stop presenting, stop sharing. There we go. Boom bidiata. All right, bring me back to the fire tender thing here. And it's time to do the end of show. Stuff got going on. So for the things got going on in the DGen Roundtable in the near future, we've again had confirmation from C3 Works, from the Actuator Protocol, as well as Mr. Crispy Man. We're doing a cool show on the Hex T-share rate and what to expect now that the OA has started staking, and how to use the Actuator Protocol to your benefit, and just basically get these two super awesome gentlemen talking to each other and having a great time here on the DGen Roundtable. That's what we're doing on Wednesday. So if you guys are interested in learning more about Hex T-shares or the Actuator Protocol, or like what happens now that the OA has staked and what's the share rate going to be moving on into the future, like we will learn more about that stuff on Wednesday. So you guys can catch us here on the DGen Roundtable. Man, I just realized that I haven't had the banner going for this entire stream. So boom diata. There we go. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, we got the scrolling Chiron. If you guys are interested in checking out what goes on with the DGen Roundtable, we are live every 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday here on YouTube and on X. So whether you guys are watching us on YouTube, whether you're watching us on X, it's all the fucking same. And then if you guys want to join our Telegram group, then it is t.me/DRT join now. And you can find us over there a lot of the time, hanging out and doing all the cool and fun stuff. So let me go on over to the comments here. Post in the instructions for you guys. Remember to like that smash button, and that none of the stuff that we talk here on the show is financial advice. So just keep that in mind. Nothing that we talk about here is financial advice. We're all just assholes on the internet talking about our feelings and stuff. And that's what we've got for that. If you guys are interested in joining the DGen Roundtable Telegram, then what you need to do is you need to mosey on over to t.me/DRT join now. It is live right there in the comments. One of the most recent things that I've put up. So you click on that link, that'll bring you right on over into our Telegram group, where you can watch Agent J doing his morning streams. And then I will oftentimes provide a summary of those streams in a PDF using some tools that I have available to me. Shout out to Plod AI. That is a fantastic thing that just takes some really cool MP3s and turns it into like using these templates that I've created. It processes all the information that Agent J goes in, and it makes a nice little bite-sized nugget for you guys to extract the valuable information out of Jay's streams. So that's what we've got going on over there. If you want to find Agent J, again, you can find him over in the DGen Roundtable Telegram. If you guys want to find any of my socials, then you can do it off of the Pulse domain link tree, or the domain name that I've bought and registered, will.pls.fyi. That's just what you type up in your URL, and it will bring you over to my Pulse domain. And then you can find my Instagram, find my Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Telegram, link trees, all that stuff. It's all found over here at will.pls.fyi. So that's the stuff that's going on in the near future for the DGen Roundtable. So Wednesday, we've got a stream with Crispy Man and Bill from the Actuator. On Friday, we are doing book club again. We're covering Hijacking Bitcoin, the Roger Ver book. So that's what's going to be coming up next. And then on Sunday, you guys can catch us doing these news shows. It'll probably be a little bit more entertaining and awesome than this one is right here, right now. For those of you guys that like the quick, dirty, and juicy headlines, that's the things that I like to cover. I don't like diving deep into the stories. I just like fucking headline blasting, because it's all just campfire stories anyways. It's all emotional manipulation. Nothing means anything. The only thing that's important is the stuff that you can actually, the information that you can actually use to get yourself the result that you want. So thank you all for joining me here today. And yeah, that's been an awesome show. I freaking love it. And now it's time to read the end of show copywriting and make sure that I've got my end credits ready to click on. So I want to thank you all for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent J often says, we know that time is your most valuable asset. We appreciate you investing it right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Stevenson, but more importantly, you have been watching the DGen Roundtable. Mr. Producer, which is me, I need to go ahead and get that trigger finger ready, because it's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly. favorite part of the show. That's it. Adios.